See his piercing silver eyes watching you guys through his interesting looking silver rimmed spectacles on his face.
Rhodes gives the guy an up nod.
Cool. Does he look like he's just a guard, or does he look like he's actually working there as well?
You get the idea that it probably is both.
Okay. Second, I would walk up. Am I to talk to you if I have business, or someone else?
Well, you see, I can ask both within my capability, at least. But all the same, welcome to Gabriel's bracelet. Peace to you.
Thank you. I don't suppose your shop's in the market for purchasing gems as well. I have some quite high quality ones that you may be interested in.
This may be something that is possible, depending on what it is that you have to offer.
Right. He would get out his bag, open it up, and
please
take
wait
out
for. He gestures for you guys to move to a glass table while he gets behind the counter.
Of course.
While they're doing this, what about everyone else? Like Arsis is kind of just perusing, looking through things.
Yeah, just looking around.
Rose has assumed a protective stance. He's just, got his hands behind his back, he's looking around, like keeping an eye on everyone.
Mr. Not So Secret Security.
Doing so, you can notice like there was no one else in the room, our building besides this man. So you guys have an empty floor currently.
Quite pleasant in here.
But once you guys get to the glass, he then would incline his hand for you to show what it is you have to offer.
Yep, and he would get out the 3 jewel-encrusted rods and place them down carefully.
He would look them over and then look back to you. May I fully expect the material?
To be genuine?
Yes.
Of course. Completed the real deal.
He would nod and pick it up and start going through it, looking at each gem in the rod itself. And this process takes about 15 minutes while you guys are just standing there.
Rose stands a little bit closer as soon as he picks up the rods. Just a case of don't run off, sort of.
He's inspecting them, come on.
Can't hurt to be safe.
These two seem to be in good condition, but this last one seems to be at its worst. What were you looking to get for these?
About 2,750 apiece. At least that's what I was told they'd be worth.
I cannot do that. What I can do is give you 2,000 for these two. In this last one, I can give you 1,800.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Alright, so... bartering a go. Sense that original motive. But bam.
Put on that fight music, boys.
Ooh, this man is good. And very good at his craft. But you also sense that he has a good heart. You don't feel that he's lying, but he's also not speaking full truths.
Anyway,
You don't feel like he's trying to actually rip you off, but
he's trying to run a business at the end of the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that really all you can give me? That's only really as much as I got them for. Considering the traveling costs, I'll be losing money.
Well, unfortunately, their quality is not at best. I may, if you are in the works of trading, I suggest buying a proper carrying case to put these kind of things with you. It makes their value diminish less over time and through travel. Like this one seems to have slight water damage, and here one of the gems seems to be cracked, and this one right here, it looks like it took an arrow shaft.
Well, how about... There's no way you could charge more, possibly. Like, it shouldn't be too hard to sell them for a bit more than that. Easily, there's nobles in the area that want to buy these kind of things. They're already built up in a displayable manner. I'm not exactly selling you raw materials here.
He would sigh deeply and put his hands on the glass, like spread wide, and look down at the 3 rods on the table.
Can I roll a diplomacy for that?
This would have been a barter, not diplomacy.
I thought diplomacy can work, but it's not as good.
You wouldn't be able to win this one, because he actually does have barter.
Damn.
As he spreads out and he's like tapping his finger on it. What I can do. 22.50 for the 2 rods. 19 for the last.
I suppose...
Perhaps knowing a small part of their history would help. For more discerning collectors.
No. This is fine. Thank you.
He shakes his head but stands back.
He nods and... Do you have your own carrying for the gold, or should I fetch a chest?
A chest would probably be helpful.
He would nod and turn to his side and just cup his hands and cry out, "Pali! Bring us a chest!" And he would just turn and not touch the rods or anything, like leaving them on the table as he waits. And while you guys are waiting, back outside with the other group. Rykor, Phaeona, and Valrith. You find your way to the south end?
Mm-hmm. Northwest.
Northwest? Alright. So you go to the northwest part of Crystal Lake. And getting there, like, because you have to walk around the entire lake because the city's on the south end of the lake. Getting to this side of the lake, it's a lot quieter than it was near the town, which kind of gives you a better feel. Though, obviously, it looks like the forest has more control over this area since it's not properly settled or traveled as much as areas of the lake closer to the town. So you have like grass that's more wild than what you saw before. But it is a calm place, and with the sun shining, it gives you a warm, inviting feel.
Do you want to set up camp here?
Well, I'm always alright being near the forest.
Okay, Astron's gonna look around, do a knowledge tactics, see if this is a good place to set up camp, if this is easy to get ambushed and stuff like that.
I mean,
Yes, I
if
can
someone
go.
was going to come after you, the only place you would run is into the water. So, for a tactical standpoint, it's not a tactical position.
We'll need to figure out some escape plans if we're gonna sit here, because otherwise all we're gonna be able to do is just run into the water. I don't think any one of us can really breathe underwater. We'll just be sitting ducks. Literally in the water.
I suppose. Can find a little bit better, at least have one retreat option. So, what do you lot think about this whole Chosen One business?
It's definitely strange.
Meh. Astron, Val Reith. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Val shrugs. I don't know. Just gets out his stuff and sets it down.
Well, I just mean, we're looking at going on a bit of a rigmarole here. Working on notions that we don't really understand to fight things that I personally don't understand.
Val would think to himself, roll knowledge planes, and start listing off different. Never mind. I wouldn't know. So, he'll just think to himself, I don't know.
There's a lot going on with everybody. Everyone has their own problems.
Yeah. Diana, how are you doing?
He would sigh. I think it's getting worse.
What exactly?
When you guys were throwing away the ring, I had this very strong urge to pick it up and take it with me.
Well, that's not good.
Astron raises an eyebrow. Uh-huh.
I was able to resist it, but it's worrying me.
I see. Good to know. Well, I guess we can get that looked at. Rykor, you were acting strange last night. Want to talk about it?
Sure.
Actually,
Well-
no, not last night. 2 nights ago, but keep going.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, I meant to ask Akiyama, but I don't know what it is lately. I never really believed or put too much stock in the gods, but they're just kind of presenting to me.
The gods are presenting to you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you okay with these advances?
Well, not in that type of way. It's just they're coming up and... Well, have either of you ever heard of Umbreon?
Yeah, you mentioned that. I know the name.
Yeah, well,
I don't believe I do. I can't roll a knowledge check.
well, he showed up and froze the lot of you. That was scary.
I'm
Froze
sorry? What do you mean froze us? I don't remember being thawed out from ice.
Well, it was frozen in time. I mean, you just were sat there doing nothing.
I see.
I couldn't get anyone to react. Then he walked up with his many tails and told me to follow him.
You sure it wasn't just a kitsune fucking with you?
I might have been, but I haven't known, or at least heard of any that could do that.
Okay, so we froze in time and you weren't. I guess that explains how you teleported. Alright, well that's interesting. Good to know.
Yeah, and then I spoke with Titania about it, and she was quite cryptic. But,
Gods usually are.
yeah.
Well, guess
So I
we've
don't
got
know.
a couple outside influences on both of you. Huh. Oh, I should probably mention, I've kind of thought about it for a second. So if that ring was on me while I was in the dark, and when we talked to that bird thing in the tower, the spire, it canceled out sound going out. Definitely wasn't canceling sound inside of it. I don't know how that ring works exactly, but I said my true name to him while the ring was on me, so just keep that in mind. If I start acting weird, just
You always act strangely.
stranger than
Yeah.
usual. If I start doing things that don't seem like me, just keep that in mind. It might
I know,
be
I
some
learned-
outside.
A while ago, not to put limits on your strangeness.
Serenity seems to calm down quite a bit.
Oh, well, thank you. Considering recent events, I've been kind of in a mellow mood.
Yes, that's true.
When do you think I should tell Melindis about the whole being possessed thing?
It's probably sooner rather than later.
Seems like something she should know.
Yeah, it does. Perhaps she has some insight. She is an old thing. Can you believe it? 400 and something.
That is something.
A little
I mean, I know plenty of demons who are older than that, but yeah, I guess you can live that long.
I mean, for me, that's like ancient. My kind died pretty young.
That he'd look over to you, very worried expression. Exactly how young?
Oh, I mean, we get really elderly around like 30, 38. So, I mean, something like that. Why? Worried about Varel?
Just go quiet, tug out his hood, and look to the lake again.
Yeah, I'm actually right there with you, but I've already died, so I don't know what that does for me.
His head would pop up and turn around. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I died.
What is it with you guys?
You died? Okay, so I know Rariah died when she got her head chopped off and then brought back.
She died twice, didn't she?
I don't really know. That was a little weird with what Arceus did in that one fight. But so yeah, she died. I don't know anyone else who's died in the party because I didn't hear Akiyama in that whole thing. I died. I got brought back. Got 10 years on me. So how did you die exactly?
No, it was a while before you lot turned up, before we ever went to the dark, actually. Just some folks in the woods, followers of Titania, actually, did some sort of magic and buried me underground alive, essentially, and I don't really recall much after that, but she brought me back, and here I am.
So, followers of Titania buried you alive.
Why
To
did
a
they
degree.
do?
Yeah, did they give you a reason why?
We got in a bit of a scuffle.
Exactly what was the scuffle over?
You know, seems like so long ago. We were in the woods and they sort of snuck up on us. I think they were just looters of some kind.
Us? You were with someone?
Yeah, old friends.
Are they able to recall this, or are they indisposed?
Well, one of them's dead, and the other is likely dead, although I wish I knew.
Okay. God damn it, look at Oh, damn it.
I mean, you knew Genghis, he was there.
Oh, I see. Well, that's an interesting tale, right, Cor? So she brought you back, and that's why you serve her?
Not entirely. I suppose you could say it's what started the connection. But now it's just a way to preserve life, I suppose.
I see. Well, that's an interesting tidbit, but yeah, should probably get concerned about outside influences infecting myself and Feon. I guess hers is easier to figure out. Well, maybe not be easier to figure out, but at least we have a clear idea of what's doing it. If my name is out there for anyone in the infernal plane, whoever was listening in, to know about, that'll be hard on all of us. If it comes to that, I'll talk to Arsis about easy ways to just kill me.
Well, it wouldn't be that hard, right? You're still vulnerable to steel.
Yeah, but you might need a good permanent solution to that.
Well, you go away for a long time, don't you?
A while, yeah, but
How long's a while?
I don't know, centuries, I believe.
Well, most of us will be long gone by then, so it won't matter.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly. Okay, so, Knight, since you're back, hi. Can I roll a knowledge demons to see exactly what state we're in when we die and go back to hell? Like, are we still being would they still be able to like interrogate us over there, or are we just like a little like ball of energy and then we finally grow and actually become something in a few decades, centuries? With a knowledge demon of 48.
If you go back in your true form, you're still yourself.
So what's the time cap on me being able to go back to Tillith then? Why would it take so long?
Because you would have to find your way back there again.
Okay, so I just go back to true form, so I just be simple. If I did have a route to just go back to Tillith, I could just go straight back.
If you had a plausible route.
Okay, cool. Just good to know. No, actually, it wouldn't. The only reason it would take me centuries is because I have to find my way back. If I just head right back to hell, I'd be myself. So they could just grab me and torture the information out of me if I'm not strong enough. Granted, they probably know a whole lot since we've been talking around the ring anyway. That's another thing. If the demons just wanted to fuck with us in any plausible way, they could just tell Lochner and everything.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Would. Although I don't know exactly how well he's on good terms with those demons. You don't think he'll care that I was the one who sucked up the soul of his concubine woman, right?
If he said he would care that I was the one that killed her.
Yeah, that was just like a side hoe, right? They wouldn't really care, right?
I mean, who knows?
As I said, no limit to strangeness.
Well. Again, so, pop quiz. What happens if I'm outed as anything of what I am?
What,
They
here?
killed you.
Sorry?
Here? In this place?
Any place. If I'm outed as anything of what I am, what do you do?
Depends on what the person outing you is doing. I don't know.
Okay, well, what you do is you deny ever knowing me, or deny that you knew anything about it, okay? And then you leave me, alright?
No.
Yeah,
Yes?
Val. It's Val.
Val, my bad. We can't. You're our friend. We wouldn't do that.
There are more important things going on right now than what's getting up with me, alright?
No, I won't do that.
Well, I'll talk to the rest of the group and hopefully they can just drag you away if it's need be.
She just looks at you, but doesn't say anything else.
No one else is getting hurt because of me.
It's not fair that you would get hurt.
I lived in hell. I'm pretty used to the pain. Don't worry about it.
Then you shouldn't have to suffer anymore.
Well, that's not up to you.
She'd just look away.
I mean, I thought that I wouldn't have to suffer after I got out of hell, but hey, look where I am.
That's because you made some pretty dumb decisions.
Yeah, like getting close to someone if I was fucked.
More like stealing the ring.
Yeah, that too.
Getting close to someone isn't necessarily a bad idea.
It seems to be like that for me.
Well, you tried once. Not exactly an overwhelming sample size, is it?
Well, I mean, you've gotten close to us. We're your friends.
And look where that's gotten you.
We're here.
We've taken care of you so far. We've gotten each other out of messes, and we're not going to stop now.
Astron just shakes his head and goes over to set up his tent. This is a bad position, but I guess I could just set up my tent here.
I don't know that we'll get much better near the lake anyway. Yeah, we'll move about setting up mine and a few other tents. Camp, gather some wood.
Fiona would just start setting up her tent as well.
So, with that passed, all of you moving to set your tents up, we're going to take this time to take a quick break. So, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be back here in 10 to 15 minutes with the continuation of Empire of the Lost NxT Season 2. So, we'll see you guys then. Peace.